This video is going to be showing you some of my homemade tools, chisels and tools that I've made to work on the inside of acoustic guitar bodies. Most of these tools, the metal ones, are made from screwdrivers, and you got to have I got an acetylene torch that I can heat the metal up with and bend it around. And this this first one is the short one that I can use in the area around the sound hole. It's short enough to go in there, and you can see that you can catch that there and take wood off the braces, and you can clean this up. Use it on the front brace if you need to. And I do some ladder braced guitars and some X braced ones too that I re-brace. I do through the sound hole. And you can start here and go back and chisel these little pieces out a little bit at a time, and you can get back pretty far with this little chisel. And I've got another one that's made out of an old screwdriver, and I can come in here with it and catch a little bit further back, get the bridge plate. Here's another one. That's all these different bends. Sometimes you'll find a place that you can use them. I don't believe you could ever get too many. And then I've got some that are bent backward that I can come in here and work on the bridge plate. I've got a little heater that I can use to heat the bridge plate up, and I've got several of these tools that are made like that. Here's one out of some stainless steel. It's about a 3/8 piece of stainless steel rod, and it's long enough to go back underneath the. It's a touchy deal. You got to get that bridge plate hot enough to get the glue to soften up. And here's one that another one that I've made. This is a piece of stainless too. And then we come to, well, here's one that's got a little nib on the end of it. Let's see if I can get that to show up. I don't know if you can see it or not, but on some of these bridge plates, some of these old Gibsons had a plywood bridge plate, and you can take this little sharp thing and get a little groove started in there to chisel the bridge plate out. And these others are different lengths that I use to scallop braces with. This is one that you can use to scallop the braces. And I've got different lengths of them. Here's one that's a little bit longer. And you can come back to the lower side of the X braces with it. Here's a longer one that I've been in a little different manner. And it's mainly used to thin the end of those braces down. It's my opinion that getting these braces coming off to nothing is a big factor in the tone you get from the guitar. Tone I like. So all these braces, these chisels are made for that. And I made one after several years. It's adjustable. It's got some little 1/4-inch bolts in it. I can loosen them up and slide this out, make it pretty much not any length, but most of the lengths that I need to work in there. Getting these things good and sharp is a challenge, and some of these cheap screwdrivers I've used and pry bars, they don't have that good of steel in them, and I don't have them tempered enough, but they work pretty well. Here's a tool that I made a few years back. You can read that. Scalloping tool for rear top braces and in the dreadnought. Getting this cut out place right here in these back braces is really hard to get through there. And I took a little rasp, welded a little bracket on it, and I can get this thing in there and work on these back braces. I promise you it's hard to get your arm down in there and reach those things, and this has worked pretty good for me. Here's another tool that I made for bridge plates. You got to be real careful with these things. You can crack the top with them. Let's see. These other ones over here, these wooden ones. Here's the one that's got a little chisel on it that I can. You just got to use what you can find that'll fit where you need to work. Here's a sanding one that I made. That's some about 36 grit paper there. But if you're working on maybe on these braces here, or I've got different lengths of them. You can use sand with it. Here's one that I use pretty coarse paper on these things. This one here, you can work different lengths. And I've got a longer one that'll come back here to the end of the braces. And I'm not beyond making one for the purpose that I'm needing. Here's a little shorter one. These are all developed just by the need, really. I'm working on one, and I can't reach where I need to get. I'll heat up a screwdriver, or these little pry bars came from Harbor Freight, and they're, like I said, they're not really real good steel, but they work all right. You just have to sharpen them a little bit more often. So that's basically the tools that I wanted to show you that I use.